journey wild and full of unknowns, but every step has brought us home. Let the rhythm of your heart
Adam believed financial security meant having enough money. He was about to discover that it meant having the right money, in the right place, at the right time. He thought he had prepared for the future. Then his car broke down. The repair was expensive, and paying for it meant choosing between selling investments, borrowing money, or creating new debt. For the first time, Adam realized he wasn't choosing between a good decision and a bad one. He was choosing between several bad decisions. What he didn't know was that another employee in the same company named Lucas had faced almost the exact same emergency that morning. Yet by the end of the day, Adam was still searching for a solution. While Lucas had already paid the bill and moved on, Adam believed the difference had to be money. He was about to discover that it wasn't. Adam couldn't stop thinking about what had happened. The repair itself wasn't what bothered him most. It was the fact that years of saving and investing still hadn't protected him from one ordinary emergency. The next morning, Adam couldn't resist his curiosity any longer. He walked over to Lucas and quietly said, "I heard your car broke down yesterday too. The repair cost was almost the same as mine, wasn't it? Yet you don't seem worried, and I even saw you driving your car home after work. How did you pay for it?" "I transferred the money," Lucas replied. "You didn't sell your investments?" "No." "You didn't borrow?" "No." "You didn't use a credit card?" "Again, no." Adam fell silent. They earned almost the same salary. They had faced almost the same problem. Yet one emergency had disrupted Adam's entire financial plan, while the other had solved it before lunch. Finally, Adam asked, "So what's the difference between us?" Lucas smiled. Then he gave an answer Adam would never forget. The difference wasn't yesterday. It started long before either of us knew that breakdown was coming. Then Lucas walked away. As Adam sat quietly at his desk, he wondered what kind of financial decision could possibly matter before an emergency even existed. Adam thought Lucas had found a secret investment strategy. What he discovered instead changed the way he thought about money forever. The following day, Adam found Lucas during lunch. "I've been thinking about what you said," he admitted. "What happened that made you prepare for something like this?" "Years ago, I thought I was financially secure. I invested every extra dollar I had and watched my portfolio grow. Then one day, my father became seriously ill. I had enough money, but it was all in the wrong place. I could sell my investments, but the market was down. I could borrow money, but I would spend months paying interest. For the first time, I realized I had prepared my money for the future, but not for an emergency. That day, I made myself one promise. I would never allow an unexpected expense to decide my financial future again. From that moment on, every paycheck looked different. Before Lucas invested another dollar, he built an emergency fund. Adam remained silent. He finally understood the difference. Lucas hadn't prepared after the emergency. He had prepared long before it ever happened. Adam had spent years asking, "How can I grow my money?" Lucas had been asking a completely different question. "How can I protect it?" Lucas never told Adam to stop investing. He simply changed the order. "Savings have a purpose," Lucas said. "An emergency fund has a responsibility." Adam looked confused. "What's the difference?" Lucas smiled. "Savings are money you plan to spend someday. An emergency fund is money you hope you'll never have to spend. Some dollars are meant to build your future. Others are meant to protect it. Build protection first, then build wealth." From that day on, Adam changed the way he used every paycheck. Before investing another dollar, he began building an emergency fund, adding to it month after month. Several months later, life tested him again. Another unexpected expense appeared without warning. This time, Adam didn't sell investments. He didn't borrow money. He simply opened his emergency fund, paid the bill, and continued with the rest of his day. Only then did he finally understand what Lucas had meant. The emergency hadn't become smaller. Adam had simply become prepared. Adam once believed an emergency fund was money doing nothing. He eventually discovered it wasn't protecting his money, it was protecting his future. Years later, Adam was driving home when his car suddenly began making the same sound he remembered years ago. He pulled over. The mechanic confirmed what Adam had already expected. Another expensive repair. Years earlier, that news would have forced Adam to sell investments, borrow money, or create debt that would follow him for months. This time, he opened his emergency fund, approved the payment, thanked the mechanic, and continued with the rest of his day. The emergency hadn't changed. Life hadn't become easier. Adam had simply become prepared. That was the moment he finally understood what financial security had always meant. It was never about preventing emergencies. It was about making sure emergencies could no longer control his future. Most people believe financial security begins when they earn more money, but real financial security begins much earlier. It begins the day an unexpected expense stops becoming a financial crisis. Goodbye. And if this story changed the way you think about money, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications because financial security will not belong only to those who earn the highest salaries. It will belong to those who quietly prepare for difficult days long before those days ever arrive.
It's a journey wild and full of unknowns, but every step has brought